have 3 simulation games for you. One lets you be a rock, one lets you organize thousands of books in a magical library, and one lets you spend hours digging a hole in your back garden. If any of those sound ridiculous, wait until we get to the horse dating simulator.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is number 548. And joining me around this digital table is Catherine. Hey, Kat.
Hello.
We're without Joelle today. She had a bit of a family emergency. But don't worry. She contributed to this episode as we get into the weird and wacky simulation games that we're going to be talking about. But first, let's get through some housekeeping. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to buy us a coffee, maybe give us a tip, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Kat, what have you been at this week? Anything fun?
Yeah. I mentioned about my friend and I wanting to rent a pedal boat.
Uh-huh.
We did it on Sunday.
I think I saw that on Instagram. Tell me you did the swan-shaped ones.
Of course we did. And it's like there was a whole long lineup, and I was like, should we have reserved? They take reservations. Should we have reserved? And we were like, all right, let's see if it's a long line. We wait 10 minutes. We get to finally the end of the line. And everybody's like, oh, they're booked and people are messing with reservations, blah, blah, blah. We get to the line. We're like, so everything's booked? She's like, yeah, all the motorized boats. We're like, oh, no, we want a swan. She's like, oh, yeah, we got swans. I was like, okay.
And you get a swan. And you get a swan.
So we paid for an hour on the swan. Yep. Each grabbed a slush because they had a slush machine and stuff like that for the kids. Yeah. Put on our safety vest, got on the boat with our little slushies, and we just paddle around Lachine. And good thing we did an hour, because leaving the dock and going all the way out westward, like towards where there's like the first set of locks where there's the rapids, and then coming back, that took us an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. Because they don't go very fast, right?
Yeah. Was it hard work?
No, not that much.
Okay.
And my friend Uva, she's a cyclist. She does long distance cycling. She's the kind of person that goes out with her friends and they cycle for 100 kilometers or something. So for her, it was just like a Sunday. For me, I'm having a few issues with my legs and my sciatica. So I was like, I hope this doesn't fuck me over. And she's like, She's like, just take your feet off and I'll pedal along. But I was fine. Getting in and out of the boat was a bit wobbly. But other than that, I was fine. And it was a beautiful day. It was warm, not super humid. We went at the end of the day, around 4:30. So, the sun wasn't beaming. It was still up, but it wasn't beaming on us. And we were full sunscreen, of course, caps. And we were ready. But yeah, it was really fun. It was
nice.
$30 was. I think we paid all in all $40 for the swan, the 2 drinks, and it was just a nice little paddle boat. A little
nice.
Yeah, so highly recommend.
I like how you guys talked about it and then you did it.
Yes, because it's as soon as we saw the weather was great, she texted me on Saturday being like, today would be a good day for the paddle boat. I'm like, I have dinner plans. I'm sorry. And then she's like, all right, let's see if tomorrow it might rain, might not. We get up on Sunday texting. She's like, weather's perfect. I'm like, weather's perfect. But we decided to go at the end of the afternoon so that it wasn't too warm and everything. And it was great. I left my house at around 2. I got there. We faffed about a bit. We put on sunscreen. We went there, did the line, got our boat, did our hour-long ride. Then came back to her place, faffed about a bit, and then I was like, yeah, about time I get home to do like a dinner and stuff. And I got home and it was great because like she and I were texting that we were like in horrible moods. And then we did a swan paddle boat. And after that, we were giddy as fuck.
Leave it to the swans, man, to get
It's
you out
just-
of that funk.
It just shows that, like sometimes doing an activity, like a silly little activity, because we were texting and she was like, I don't know, like, I feel kind of in a bad mood, but it would be good to do the swan. I'm like, let's just do it. I think it will uplift us.
Sunshine, nice weather, good company, swan boat,
air, a
yeah,
little slushy that you used to drink as a kid.
yeah.
It's just like, we've got adult money. So why not just do the activities that we wanted to do as a kid, or maybe didn't have the chance to do as a kid, or didn't appreciate because we were too young?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah, I didn't think we would get to it so fast, but the weather has been good and not rainy and not scorching hot. I know right now in Toronto, your guys are baking.
It's starting. Yeah, definitely. It's supposed to feel real wicked hot later in the week.
Yeah.
But I have air conditioning, so I'm okay.
Same.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I did last week, and honestly, I was so busy because Monday, the reason why we recorded earlier, like I talked about, we had the Shine Out event. My buddy Simon and his friend came into town to see that, which was really fun. So we got to hang out with them on Monday night, which I'm really not good at this late night, school night hangs and getting up the next day and having to roll into work. But yeah, I essentially just like, it was just a work week and just like playing games and trying to keep it together. This is the last week of FIFA, and it shows. There's 4 games left, so that means we've made it through 100 games.
Wow.
Yeah, because there was 104. So, yeah, it's going to be a big weekend, too, because they've got the halftime show for the first time ever. They're doing that during the final on Sunday. So,
so they're doing like a Super Bowl type halftime show.
It's Madonna, BTS, Shakira, Justin Bieber, Coldplay. Well, Chris Martin's organizing it. And a few other folks that I don't know off the top of my head, but it's stacked.
That is a stacked bill.
Yeah.
I know Madonna just released a new album.
And it's good.
Yeah. It's very club.
Good.
The club is coming back.
Well, that's because it's a like follow-up to her Confessions album that came out in the early 2000s, I want to say. I don't think it was the 90s. Was it the 90s? No. Maybe? I don't think so. Someone will tell me in Discord afterwards. But yeah, there's a lot of dance out there right now, and I think people want the good vibes. People want to be out there and moving and shaking. I like it. All right, let's talk about Fantasy Critic. The update this week. I finally have some good news. Let's start with the Podcast League. Joelle remains in first place with 109.8 points. Kat, you're in second with 97.1. And my roster finally climbs to 71.2 points. The big story for me this week, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The game launched and had a score of 85.6. So that was 15.6 Fantasy Critic points for me. After months of dealing with this like big black hole in my roster because of Fable that I still haven't dropped yet, and I still haven't done it yet. I'll take the points. We had no bids and no drops this week, so all those standings remain unchanged. But we're getting closer and closer to Kat's impressive fall lineup. It's going to be a doozy. Joelle continues to sit pretty comfortably, and we're just waiting for GTA 6 like it's going to be a final boss in the Fantasy Critic. That, I don't know, Kat. I don't know if you and I are going to be able to recover after that one.
It depends how the rest of her roster performs.
It depends how the rest of your roster performs too. I think you have potential.
I got a few big ones.
You do.
Yeah.
Another fun note, though. Blood of the Dawnwalker is currently one of the most bid-on games in the Fantasy Critic this week. I've seen a lot of scuttlebutt of people who have been playing that and talking about it. And it's actually, and I have that on my list. So there might be some kind of extra reprieve for me yet. We'll just wait, because you never know. Over in the Community League, we've got a new leader. Joelle has jumped from third place all the way into first with
Wow.
97.8 points. Jessica Starr is right behind her at 96.1, and Phoenix sits in third at 91.8. Like I had mentioned previous weeks, it's because of the reshuffling of points after more reviews and things come in. So though we read the points each week, because I know at one point Jessica was over the 100-point mark, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles in this stuff because of the revisions as more reviews come in and things like that. So with that, we've got less than 6 points separating first and third. This is pretty much the closest race we've got going on right now. Joelle's timing couldn't come any better, though, because she's got the Altar's Last Variable, the DLC, launching this week. And right behind that is the Mermaid Mask, just a few days later. Meanwhile, Stainsby Kingsby apparently discovered a clearance sale and picked up 3 games this week. Warhammer Survivors and the incident at Galley House. And then he had the audacity to counterpick There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, which is on my list.
Rude.
I'm really hoping that game turns out. Not just for Fantasy Critic. It actually feels like my kind of vibes, where it's like cozy spooky. Like spooky without the, the scary.
The dread and the
spoop. Spooky without the spoop.
Yeah. The way we like it.
The way we like it here at this podcast. So to recap, Joelle continues to lead in the podcast league. Kat's big lineup is getting ever closer. Black Flag finally put some points on the board for me. And Joelle has decided to take over the first place with a very, very tight community league race. We'll wait and see what happens next week. Kat, what are you playing?
I'm still on Astrobot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I've been out and about a lot, so it's a good game to be playing when you're busy because the levels aren't very long. And what I've been doing is doing a level, and if I don't find everything, I go back and I pay the 200 coins to have the little birds that helps you find secrets. And I've been clearing the levels that way.
Okay.
I tried my hand at doing like those 4 little triangle mini worlds that are super hard. I managed to clear 2 out of 3. The third one, pumpkin race or pumpkin. I fucking can't do it. At the end, towards the end, there's like, you're on a piece of ice, so you're ever moving. You can't just kind of like stop. And then you got to jump on a platform that rotates. And if you don't jump high enough at the right moment, you're electrocuted. And these mini worlds, if you fail, you got to start at the beginning all over again. There's no like
rude.
Yeah, the bigger worlds you have like save points or checkpoints.
Yeah.
These you don't. And they're very roguelike, and I'm very bad at platforming games. The only reason I enjoy Astrobot is because it is for kids and kind of easy.
It's cute.
It is cute. It's adorable. I was doing a spoopy world, and I found like a robot dressed like the character from Bloodborne. And then I found Pyramid Head.
Nice.
And I was just like, of course y'all are here.
Only right.
Yeah, one of the worlds I did is like you save a big ass robot that's like locked in. You have to break like 4 locks.
Yeah.
And then once he's free, he like grabs a platform out of the ocean, and you climb him and the platform and a mix of him and the big robot and the platform to get to the end and find the the end of the level and finish, I was like,
Mhm.
this world is so well crafted. That is so fun. Every world I play, I'm just like, oh my God, the whimsy, the creativity, the it's just, I'm blown away. It deserves all the awards. Like, I could understand how, like, if you haven't played the game, you're like seeing it win all of these awards to be like, why? Because it's like a PlayStation shill that was about selling the PS5, and it is very PlayStation. Your little ship, your robots in a PlayStation 5, that's your mothership, and that's what you're trying to rebuild. And you find robots that are dressed like PlayStation character, but the actual like gameplay and level design and everything is so well crafted. It's incredible. Like, if you get past the marketing for PlayStation aspect of it, it is an incredible game.
Well, people are like, it's also part of the gimmick is to reminisce, right?
Exactly. And it's like Joelle was right. It uses the controller to the best of the ability, like all of it. And I've noticed, like, at one point, I looked down at my for the first time this week. I was looking down at my controller when I finished a world, and there's there's LEDs on it.
Yes.
It did an RGB like celebration.
Shit, that's cool.
Yeah, it's not there all the time.
Wow.
And the color on the controller changes according to the world, according to the situation. It is just so finely tuned and well crafted. And I'm like, this is definitely like one of the best level platformers I've played in a long, long time. Like, I get it, win everything. It's up there with like all the Marios of this world, honestly. And I'm happy to see that it's something else than a Mario that finally gets that kind of praise.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's I can't believe I waited this long to play this game. Well, I didn't have the PlayStation for the longest time.
Well,
but,
there you go. That'll do it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very happy to be playing this. And I still got a ways to go. I think I got 150 bots out of 301. Yeah, I'm hoping to at least find all. I don't know if I'll platinum the game, but I want to at least find all the bots. I gotta look at work, see how I extend that.
Or she's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm gonna need an extra. Well, the 2 weeks. 2 weeks is not enough, but I know I can renew it.
Yeah.
I just have to figure out how.
Cool.
But yeah, no, Astrobot. It won all the awards for a reason.
Yeah.
And I was a fool to doubt it.
Yeah. Well, you're a fool no more because you're playing it. I'm still doing that pirating thing with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, but a little game that I've been following for quite a while came out on the 7th, Moonlight Peaks. Moonlight Peaks is essentially what if Stardew Valley was goth.
I remember you talking about the demo for you played a demo, right?
I did, and it was just essentially having access to the farm to mess around with building and growing and some of the spell casting for moving things around and all that kind of stuff. So essentially in Moonlight Peaks, you are the offspring of Dracula, and because you're a vampire, but that is your sire, be it if you play as female, male, or undecided, or unchosen. And you move to this quaint little town because you feel like you don't want to live a life of fear and bloodshed. So you decide that, cozy supernatural life for me, with a town full of witches, werewolves, mermaids, and other magical creatures. Instead of you do some traditional farming, but there's also a whole mechanic around growing magical crops. And you learn spells, and you brew potions, and you build relationships with the townsfolk.
Of course.
And it is exactly what I want in a spooky, non-spoopy game that tickles all of my fancies. There's a real trend going on right now of all these games that are like They have dark, macabre tendencies or themes, but they're not actually horror, right? Between Graveyard Keeper and this, No Ghost at the Grand is going to be another one like that. Dredge. There's enough of them right now that like you can still have that vibe without actually getting the pants scared off you.
Yeah, very Nightmare Before Christmas. Very Tim Burton.
Yes.
It's about the aesthetic, not the scaring.
Yeah. And living in that vibe, like Practical Magic-esque. Even though that had a few kind of, jump scare moments. Also, cannot wait for that second movie. That's going to be wicked. So, yeah, I am really enjoying this. Things that it does that are a bit different. Instead of playing where you have to do all your farm tasks and whatever throughout the course of the day, because you are a vampire, you have to do them at nighttime. Because, lo and behold, you can't survive in the sun.
No, you cannot.
Though there is a cream for that, apparently. I was given something that's like sunscreen, and I haven't tried it yet.
I'm guessing that's because there's like villagers and stuff that you can only meet during the day.
Well, I don't know. I haven't gone down that route yet because I haven't actually tried it. I'm like almost finished summer. You start in spring. You go through, has a 28 days for each season. And I'm through to the tail end of summer right now. But yeah, I haven't gone down that route. There are mermaids, and I know there are, but I haven't figured out how to meet them yet. So we'll get there. Also, too, you can transform. You're actually like, usually most of the other citizens of the village, townsfolk, they kind of stick within one like sect of monster or creature. Like they're a werewolf, or they're a vampire, or they're a seer, or they're a witch or wizard. I think they're all just witches, magical spell folk. I am a vampire who also can cast spells and can transform into a cat right now. And the cool thing about the cat has 3 eyes. Also, you have a familiar who has a cat with 3 eyes. And when you transform into the cat, you can dig holes and all that kind of stuff. But then also, too, you can move a lot faster. Oh. And there's supposed to be a mechanic, because I remember this from when I played the demo, where you can turn into a bat. So I can see spots that I cannot get to right now, and I'm just waiting for the time that I can turn into a bat so that I can do that, which is really cool. You have your traditional gauge of like energy that you can spend throughout the day. It's a little strict. Like it's a little intense, but you can like make food and stuff and eat that in order to regenerate if you want to keep going or whatever. Or like you just reset at the, when you sleep to the next evening. There's also a mana system that you manage. You start off with like 3 kind of spots of mana that you can use. Some of your magical crops, you have to use a special watering potion. You can't just water them normally. And there are plants too that are carnivorous that you have to like feed specific things to get them to grow, which is kind of crazy.
That's new.
And it's essentially like the same kind of tropes that you're used to, just kind of spun on their head. So far, it has a better story than what I've experienced in kind of like Stardew Valley. Like it's way more in depth, I find. Like you're dealing with the werewolf mayor and then the town drunk who's also a vampire. They don't get along, which, that's kind of a normal trope within those two magical communities, if you know any of the lore from some movies and things like that. So like you're dealing with that. There's the opportunity to have relationships and stuff like that. People move in as you're going. Like in Stardew Valley, you kind of just had like the people who were already there.
Yeah.
This one, I just met a human family that moved to town. And the mom is really chill. She wants to open up a yoga studio. Go figure. And then the daughter is really intrigued by all the monsters and magical people. So I just help them try and collect some items because they want to open up a museum, which I'm assuming means they're going to open up like just like in Stardew, how we had museum. But the son is terrified of all the people in the town. He's like, why did we move here?
Poor little guy.
That has some fun quirks to it. So yeah, I'm kind of just making my way through. It is doing very well online. There are a few things. I'm playing on Switch too. one thing that I noticed if I put my Switch to sleep and then wake it up and do that, I've noticed that it likes to chug, especially once I go inside houses and stuff. But I find that if I do a quick close the app and reopen it, that fixes everything. So I think it just doesn't like that hold state, that the sleep state that the Switch does, and it's just freaking out. Plus, my farm right now, between having all the different types of animals, and they're all monsters. It's not just a normal sheep or a normal cow. They're all kind of weird creatures. I have got one of each of those. Plus I've got a beehive, and I've got all my farming, both magical and normal. And then there's all these different mechanisms and mechanics and tools and stuff that are building and crafting. So if you need to craft some jam or brew something or whatever, you use magic. You don't have to stand there and do it. Certain things when you craft, you have to take an action in order to do it. But for the most part, they kind of just go on their own. You just magical powers. The machine just works. So I there's a lot going on my little farm right now. So that could also be contributing to maybe some of the leggishness, but it's not too bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's cute. And there's tons of these types of games out there, but I haven't really seen one with this kind of a spin yet. The artwork, you're in a chibi kind of form when you're out and around, but the actual illustrations of all the characters are so nice. There's a card deck game that you play in it too that you can challenge other villager folk to, and I just like playing that game because the illustrations of the cards, so much effort went into drawing all of these. And you only see them a little bit, unless you're really deep into playing the card game. But so nice. And for once, something I'd never really seen before, they give you two different options of how you want the styling of the characters. You can have them in, I want to call it that claymation kind of esque style that looks kind of 3D, kind of south of Midnight, but illustrated. Or you can have them in more of an anime aesthetic.
Oh.
So you got a choice, which is kind of neat. I'd never seen that before. Usually it's they pick one or the other, but this one they were we don't know, so we're going to try everything twice. But yeah, right. I'm really enjoying this, Kat. I think you might like it too. It's on pretty much everything. So yeah, it's a nice kind of, it feels familiar, yet it's not, because of all the extra layers that they've added on there to kind of give it that magical, mystical, spooky feel.
Yeah, it looks cool. I should add it to my list.
You should.
Backlog.
I think so. All right. This is a video game podcast, so let's play a podcast game about video games. Kat's doing the dungeon or game master mechanics here this evening, and we're playing Steamy Steam Reviews, Sim Game Edition. That makes sense. Right on brand.
Yeah, so these are not wacky sim. They're very well-known simulators.
Okay.
I will read a Steam review.
Okay.
And you have to tell me which game is being reviewed.
Okie dokie.
So, this first review is by Nashinus. I think that's how you pronounce it. He recommends this game, or they recommend this game. And their comment is, the irony of cleaning a virtual house while surrounded in real garbage is not lost on me.
Is it House Flipper?
It is House Flipper too.
Hey! And, also, why are you sitting in your own garbage? Clean that up.
Yeah.
It'll take you less time, and then you can feel good twice over because you cleaned a physical house where you're living and a virtual house too.
Yeah. My backup comment, in case you didn't get it for the first one, my backup review was by 1981 Darcia 1300. That's their username. They also recommend the game. Their review was, good game, but you can't flip the house. It stays upright the whole time. That's a dad right there.
Imagine if that was a cheat code you could put in. There is no cow level. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been funny. Just flip it.
All right. Our second game, reviewed by Killer Kitsune 54, also recommends this game.
Okay.
Chores IRL equal bad. Chores in game equal meh. Chores in game plus dig noise equal good.
Chores in game plus dig noise. Dig noise?
Like a ding.
Oh, that's Power Wash Simulator. That
It
has a
is.
very satisfying ding.
My backup review was from Ken. They also recommend the game, and it said, in all caps, I can't stop cleaning. I want everything to be clean. Psh, psh, psh. It's like the first one. It's satisfying. Clean. Psh, 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 psh. Dope cleaning again and again.
Yeah, I mean, that is a pretty good review. I mean, that's pretty much what you do.
Exactly. I've done IRL Power Wash, by the way, and I was like, I get why this game is so popular. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The endorphins kick in right away. Like,
both are very satisfying.
Yeah.
I sometimes stumble across on my TikTok people washing rugs.
Yeah. Amazing.
I don't know why that's so satisfying, but it is.
All right, and our last game.
Okie dokie.
Reviewed by Woke Bentley.
Mm.
They also recommend this game.
Okay.
And their review is, listen, I might be asexual, but I'm going to do unspeakable things to that breaker box.
Breaker box? Breaker box. You might have to give me the second one.
All right, our second review by Burnt McNug.
Good name.
Their PFP is Garfield. I love it. They also recommend this game.
Yep.
And their review is, talk to the wall for the first time. He only said wall. I repeated it. He told me he loves me. 10 out of 10 game. Gonna play it for 100 more hours.
Dear Lord. Talk to the wall. In a breaker box. Cat, I don't know.
Joelle would have gotten that one. That one was for her. It's date everything.
Ah, very nice. Yes. Yeah, I should play that game.
Dating sim, where you date everything.
You literally date
and
everything.
every object is weirdly sexy.
Well, speaking of weird, we're actually going to get into some weird and wacky simulation games right after this break. I'm very excited. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly when simulation games went off the rails, but I'm very glad they did. At some point, we went from, here's a realistic farming simulator, to, congratulations, you're a goose and your job is ruining someone's day. So tonight, we're diving into the weird side of simulation games and sharing some of the most bizarre, chaotic, and surprisingly fun simulators that we found. So first, we got to set some ground rules. What actually makes a simulation game weird? Okay? We've got tons of real deal ones, right? A serious simulator like Flight Sim, a cozy simulator like Power Wash Simulator. Weird starts to come in when you've got Goat Simulator, and then you've got the absolutely unhinged when you're getting into something absolutely batshit like I Am Bread. So what's the line? Kat, what do you think? For you, at least. What is the line of when it becomes absurd and wild?
When it forces you to give up part of yourself, in a sense where it's either you have to buy into the disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
Just this makes no sense, but I have to get into it. Or such a weird gameplay mechanic that you just have to be all right, a bit in Doki Doki Literature Club, where at one point they ask you to go in your folder, in your computer where you've installed the game and delete a file, for example.
Mm-hmm.
It has to break the mold somehow, but it can be it can be mechanical, it can be gameplay, or it can be just in the we want you to accept that, let's say, you are the last human in a world full of birds, or Hatoku boyfriend, for example. And a lot of stuff like I Am Bread or Hatoku boyfriend for me are bad shit, but they're well-known examples. So I was hoping that today we could bring new stupidly weird sims to the light so that people can try these. Because I think Goat Sim is a shit ton of fun. And they kept expanding on it. And now they have 2 games and an MMO and DLC. It's extra. Like, it's just, you just have to buy in to something to be like, all right, I'll hear you out, is essentially my line. Is I have to be like, I'll hear you out. All right.
I think it's when you're just like, why would someone take the time to turn that into a game? Like a concept, a task, or whatever. And then once they do and you realize how satisfying it is, I don't know if they ever realized that Power Wash Simulator and Lawnmower Simulator would actually be as satisfying it was until someone just... Because, like, they're chores, right? I know
they're chores.
They're chores.
But they're chores that not everybody gets to do.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, mowing a lawn is a very North American activity.
It's a very suburban North American activity.
Exactly. Like, a lot of us have mown lawns. Talk to a European or somebody that's, like, from these densely populated areas in Europe, Africa, or Asia, and they'll be like, what do you mean you put water on grass and then you mow it? That's like, sounds like a waste of time and resource. But these games probably are just like, oh, now I get it.
Well, I mean, in Europe, apparently the trucking simulator is like a whole scene.
Yes. Euro Truck Simulator?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very popular.
Yeah. So we all went on a quest. Joelle did too. So we have hers as well because she put them in the doc. But she's not here, but I think they're too good for us not to talk about them. So the first round of games is This Can't Be Real. So we all had to go and find the most unbelievable simulator game that we could. Kat, kick us off here. What'd you find?
So my first one is Rock Simulator. You are a rock. That's it. That's a whole game.
You're a rock.
Yeah, you just look and the time passes, and as the time passes, you know, you change, the scenery changes, and you know, you grow moss, maybe it snows. There's a multiplayer. You can be a rock with your friend. It's currently half off. So full price is $3 Canadian. So right now you can get it for $1.30.
$1, Bob.
You can buy the whole like Rock Simulator Ultimate bundles that includes Rock Simulator, Rock Pass, and Rock Simulator 2.
There's a Rock Simulator 2?
Yeah, the bundle is on sale right now at $6.50 instead of being like $10. So Rock Simulator 2 has more rocks and more environments, and you can be a neon rock.
It has very positive reviews on Steam. Yeah. 17 very positive reviews.
So the description is: unwind together in a peaceful, idle adventure. Become a rock in a serene world. Relax with friends in co-op and watch nature unfold around you. Discover secrets and shape your environment at a soothing, idle pace.
Excellent.
It's... yeah. There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them and DLC. Very nice.
Yeah. If you're a fan of idle game, might I suggest Rock Simulator?
Rock Simulator. Do you erode? Do you know what you're composed of? Do you get to decide what type of rock?
In the first game, it seems like you can become the ultimate golden rock. So I wonder if like you get smooth over time and then you're actually a gold pellet underneath. I'd have to play the game for that.
Yeah. That's a funny one. I must have been on the rock brain too, but my game, I fall down these rabbit holes in YouTube and sometimes I wonder. It's literally called A Game About Digging a Hole. It's a minimalist game about digging a hole in a garden of a newly purchased house. You collect resources, sell them, upgrade your equipment, and discover a mysterious secret. Costs you only 1 coffee. That's literally the description.
That's Steam. Like the lady on TikTok that was digging a hole like under her house.
Really? I didn't hear about that. So this one just released, February 7th of 2025. It is also currently on sale. We might be in the middle of the Steam summer sale. That might be why. It's whole $4.21, currently 35% off. Very positive reviews, 196 very positive reviews that are recent. It has a total of 11,147 positive reviews in English so far. It is... I mean, I've watched people play. It is literally what you're doing is just digging a hole.
But see, that's the kind of thing that's just like, it's just giving you a task, like mindless. That's why Minecraft is so popular.
Yeah, but you need to survive in that game.
Yeah, but this is Minecraft without the stress.
Minecraft without the stress. You can turn it
first
on
time I saw a
mode.
Creeper and exploded, I never turned on Minecraft on bike again.
Yeah, you didn't like that noise.
Like, no,
yeah. Joelle brought Box Room to the table. Have the game gods heard our cry? A sim where it scans your actual Steam library and puts games into cartridges, and you have to build a room and organize your game collection. In physical box form, in early access, releasing early 2027. So yeah, literally the trailer is that you open up a box in this empty room, you can decorate the room, and then you take all of your physical games, your virtual physical games, and put them on a shelf and organize them in the right way. And it takes everything from your Steam library. Oh my God, if you have a shameful Steam library that is epically long, this could be atrocious and quite a task to do.
But that is so smart, though.
I know.
And everything is like on a floppy disk. Oh, I love this.
Yeah. So, and you can decorate with like posters. You can put TV sets in your room and put like the art for the game on there. Like, it's like taking something that's kind of, now obviously these are virtual games, but like tangible, right? It's your kind and really making it your own, tapping into like real life. You mentioned about Doki Doki Literature Club and that motion that did. This is kind of along those same lines where it's, obviously you must log in, but it scans your Steam catalog, and then that's what it makes to make the catalog that is your games. That's so cool.
I'm adding that to my wish list. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So it's in early access right now. You can pick it up for just under $10 Canadian, $9.65. It has mostly positive reviews, 151 so far. All reviews currently say mixed, 223. It came out in June, 11th of June, 2026. So, yeah, what an interesting concept. Yeah, there's bundles here. Pair that with My Dream Setup. That would be an interesting matchup. Ooh, or House Flipper, or Hosey.
Yeah.
That's a cool one, Joelle. Thanks for sharing that. All right, round 2. Why is this actually good? That's the question we had to ask ourselves when picking this game. So it sounds stupid, but it's secretly amazing. Kat, what do you got?
Yeah, I have roadside research. And this looks like stupid fun to play with your friends. So you are a couple of aliens that want to study humans. So you run a gas station and convenience store in order to study them. So it's a mix of basically a mix of store simulator.
Yeah.
And then the other part is you have to upgrade your gear to be able to surveil the humans and gather information and send it back to your home planet. And it's like your character is an alien with just a human face, like taped, like drawn on a paper and taped. Like you're barely disguised. But you're like in this rural America place, like in backwaters, convenience store. And yeah, it looks stupid fun to play with your friends. So if you like the store simulator or game store simulator, convenience store simulator, but you're looking for something co-op, but it looks just stupid, ridiculous fun.
Yeah. And like it's pretty in depth too.
Yeah. And it came out in February.
Mm.
And like the description is, roadside research is a 1 to 4 player co-op gas station simulator, except you're aliens and undercover. Do very human things like restocking shelves while preparing for the invasion. Just don't get caught.
So I guess part of the mechanic too is you have to, like you said, don't get caught. Like there's some moments in the trailer and things like that where it looks like the humans are catching on.
Yeah, there looks like Men in Black type situation. They can find out you're there and come and put a stop to your operation. You can modify your character, so you can draw the piece of paper that you put on your face to be like your human face. You can customize it. You can draw it. Yeah, it just looks dumb as fuck. I want to play it.
Another fairly reasonably priced game on sale, 25% off Canadian, $12.36.
Yeah, I think it's on Game Pass right now too.
No way.
I am pretty sure.
Okay, guess what we have to do then?
We have to play this stupid thing.
That we do. Oh my God. Who would have thought of this? It's crazy. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the
cybernetic, what they're called, cybernetic walrus.
Genius. Absolutely genius. Kat, the game that I found, another one that I was watching on YouTube, as soon as I thought of you. It is called Cat Mail Co. You run a cozy cat post office, sort and deliver parcels from the daily boat, organizing everything your way. At night, the moon reveals hidden truths about the packages. Clear a strange backlog, help locals, and unlock new abilities and destinations. I was intrigued by this, not just by the premise of essentially running a post office, which seems like a fairly mundane thing to do, but also works well for a simulation game. But the aesthetic of it is so nice. When you get a parcel, you have to not only put a stamp on it where it needs to go and then deliver it to the boat that's being shipped out to that spot at that time, but also too, you have to weigh it, x-ray it, all this kind of stuff. And you have to put stamps and postage on it that go along with, how heavy the package is and where it's going and all that kind of stuff. And you'll have cats come to either pick up parcels, and you have to find their parcel in the backlog of content that you have that's coming in. First off, you get into this post office and there's just like packages everywhere, so you need to organize it. They all have names on it, they're different sizes, you can stack them up. Physics is definitely a part of it. And then also too, you have this boat, this shipping boat that comes in once a day. I think it's once in the morning, once in the evening, and it'll say we're going to this place. So you take off the packages that just came in, because I imagine those cats are going to come pick up their packages, but then you also put the packages left that need to go out back on the boat, and then off she sails. It's really cute and really fun looking.
I added it to my wish list.
I knew you'd want to play this. It also just came out the 9th of July. So that's probably why it started popping off in my feed. Very positive reviews, 1,504. It's currently going for $14.79, 42% off right now. Dimitri approves of the cat postage game. But yeah, I really want to play this. It's super cute looking, and like I said, very, very soothing task work that's kind of mindless but kind of not. And I'm curious to see if there's some sort of like feline intrigue that's going to arise with this eventually.
Yeah, it looks really fun and very cute.
The one Joelle had picked is also one that I've been watching YouTubers play. It's called Librarian, Tidy Up Arcane Library. A $5 cozy sim where you organize a recently disheveled arcane library. Use skills and strategies to shelve over 3,000 books as quickly as you can. It's sort of popping off this year. It is very much popping off this year.
Yeah.
I've seen, after I first saw this on YouTube, I started seeing so many streamers and Let's Players play it. It is literally obnoxious when they start the game and you see the 3,000 books just everywhere. in this library, and you literally have to go through them one by one and stack them in their respective positions in the library. Because it's not just like put them wherever. You need to put them in their right homes. And there's like a map that guides it. And as you go through the game, you get like upgrades and things to make it a little easier. Like you might be able to pick up one book and then get like a whole slew from a series, like suck in all of them. And you can only pick up so many at first, and then you get improvements so that you can get more and more and more and have more in your hands. And then there's things so you can jump and kind of move around the library faster. But
oh yeah,
it is just wild to like when you first look at it. Like I saw some YouTubers, they were like, how am I ever going to do this? What is the easiest way in looking at this 3,000 book pile to say, how am I going to organize this? Some people just go one book by one book. Other people start trying to sort them by color. Right? Even though like the colors don't necessarily lean up to the topics. And sometimes there's like a 1 or 2 books. Sometimes like it's a full encyclopedic set. Remember when that was a thing, Kat?
Yeah.
You go to the library and you're like, I need book 8 of the encyclopedia set. It also just came out. Very positive reviews of recent reviews, 5,743. Its total reviews in English are 12,964. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to try this out. It's just got the right look. Like it feels a little Harry Potter-y. It scratches that itch if you like to organize things. If you don't like clutter, don't play this game. It's obnoxious.
It looks like
and
it
it's
looks fun,
$7.19 right now.
Of course.
Also, Dimitri approved.
Yeah.
All right. Round 3. Who approved this? This is truly cursed simulation games. Kat, what do you got?
I have to bring to the table my horse prince.
What?
This is a mobile dating game, sim.
Okay.
Imagine like, an anime, a beautiful anime man, like Prince.
Yeah.
Green eyes, fluffy brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
On the body of a horse.
I don't know if I want to imagine that.
So this game came out in like 2016 on mobile device. It was developed by Usaya and was released in Japanese during November 26th and in English the following month, both for iOS and Android. The game story follows a young woman who finds herself taking ownership of and reluctantly falling in love with a horse with a human head. It when it came out, the meme sphere got into it, really.
It opened that door and people just walk through.
It's just like if you look at the screenshots from the game, it is absolutely unhinged.
Oh my God.
Unhinged. Like she goes on dates with this fucking horse prince. And it's like literally a horse with a head. It's not it. I just want to drive this point home. It is not a centaur.
No. It doesn't have the upper body of a human.
It is 95% horse, 5% human.
Even the ears are horse ears.
It is weird AF.
Yeah, this is
it is
very
the
odd.
Stuff of nightmares. And it goes through all the dating sim tropes.
Oh my God.
I can't.
There's a meme of it, illustration, and it's the girl, and she's looking up dreamily at this horse, and the horse is saying, "Will you be my owner?" And the horse's head is Nicolas Cage. Why? Some things are not meant to be made. But here we are. This is a game that exists. And it was published.
truly cursed.
Yeah.
Truly cursed.
Yeah.
If you've played Hatoku Boyfriend and you're like, it can't get worse than that, I'm like, no, it can't.
This game said, hold my beer. All right. Kat, y'all know how we like virtual reality, right?
I hate it. I don't want it.
This game is called Fly Killer VR. You own a fish shop in a small, peaceful seaside town. However, your shop becomes favored by flies nearby. In order to protect your fresh fishes and other seafood from flies, you decide to fight with them. Pick up your weapons, become a fly killer, and defeat them. This came out May 30th, 2018. At least it's not like hyper realistic. It's very stylized. But yes, you run this fish shop and the flies, they come a swarming, and you must man yourselves and prepare your weapons of choice. Fly swatters, perhaps, maybe a little bit of pesticide and bug spray. Yeah, probably not the best thing to have around fish that you plan on selling. But yeah, I don't know why someone ever thought this was a game that we needed to play, especially in virtual reality. But here we are. Want to spend $2.29? You need to have a VR headset. But yes, here you go.
There's a combo counter.
Oh my God, look at it go as you're just like wildly going. Like, I would imagine you would need a VR headset plus hand controllers like the move sticks.
Yeah.
To like almost like Beat Saber.
Yeah.
And smack at them flies down.
Oh, that is so dumb.
It is very dumb.
I need to send it to my friend that has a VR headset.
Yeah. It has 7 user reviews. I don't know if that has anything to say about it, but
we're gonna make this person's day. I think this is the most
PR
and marketing this game has ever received.
Yeah, if there's somebody out there that has the Steam VR headset and wants to play this for science, we will gladly have them on the show to talk about it. For science! Why? It's not as unhinged as a human head on a horse's body and then a dating sim, but still wackadoo nonetheless. Oh my God. Okay. Joelle's contribution to this cursed genre is called Desert Bus. So this is a 90s game where you are a bus driver driving an empty bus from Tucson to Havana in real time, an 8-hour journey. It has a point. I don't know much what the point is, but it's actually a game that was part of Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors series, which is kind of wacky doodle. Yeah. So yeah, it's a canceled minigame compilation developed by Absolute Entertainment and starring the magic duo Penn and Teller. It comprises of 6 minigames used to play practical jokes on others, 2 party tricks, 2 multiplayer scams, in which one player can unfairly influence or interrupt the gameplay, the beat 'em up Smoke and Mirrors, the Desert Bus, in which a player must drive a bus over an empty straight road for 8 hours to score 1 point. Wow. This came out on the Sega Genesis.
Point.
It has a point.
It has a
point. That's how you win. You get a point. I've heard of this. And like if you veer off the road, you got to restart from the beginning and you got to start at the very beginning and redo it. So imagine if you're like 7 hours and 30 minutes in and then you like fall asleep or something.
It looks like somebody made a VR version of it.
It released somewhere around 94, 95. It actually was supposed to come out on April Fool's Day of 1995. So the compilation was announced in 1994 for release at the end of the year, which was later rescheduled for April Fool's Day 1995. Although the Sega CD version was finished on time and review copies were sent out, the financially stricken Absolute Entertainment could not afford to ship the game. Wah. Contemporary reviews were mixed and highlighted Desert Bus as the best feature in the compilation. Go figure. Absolute Entertainment ceased operations in late 1995. Thus, Penn and Teller Smoke and Mirrors, including planned PC and 3DO versions, were canceled. Review copies were rediscovered several years later, and the archivist Frank Cifaldi shared one online in September 2005. Desert Bus then became subject of Desert Bus for Hope, a charity live stream held in 2007 and subsequently turned into an annual event, which raised the game's popularity. Desert Bus was unofficially made several times, including through a paid Android and iOS versions that benefited Cherry in 2011 and a free virtual reality version from Gearbox Software in 2019. This game had legs!
You can get it for free on. You got a VR headset? You can play Desert Bus for free for $0.
Oh my God. It looks like something you would have played back in 1994, 1995 too. See any of the screenshots on Wikipedia? It's just like, holy shit.
Yeah. Amazing.
You would drive at a top speed of 45 miles per hour. That's 72 kilometers per hour for those of us in the metric side of things. And the route length of 360 miles. That's 580 kilometers. One ride takes 8 hours of real time. The bus automatically veers to the right, requiring the player to regularly counteract it. The game cannot be paused. Completing a drive between the two cities grants the player 1 point and the option to turn around and travel the route in the other direction. When the player drives the bus off the road, it gets stuck in the sand, overheats, and must be towed back to the previous stop in real time. In a planned competition, the highest scoring player would have joined Penn and Teller on a real road trip from Tucson to Las Vegas in a party bus and the subsequent visit to the Rio Hotel and Casino, because that's where they're affiliated with.
Wow.
That is wacky.
That is, oh my God. That is truly cursed, but like the story of how the game was supposed to be, that's the curse, not the game itself.
Yeah.
Mind you, the game itself is like very much Penn and Teller.
To make a video game that is literally like a troll, because that's what I find this is. Like, that's only something you could have done in the 90s. Like, would anybody... Well, I don't know. We just went through a bunch of games that could have been trolling. But, I mean, like, ain't cheap back in the 90s to make something like that and try and ship it. Also, to have Penn and Teller behind it?
Yeah. But,
Wacky.
like, a game that for 8 hours...
Now, okay, So, Mike, my husband, he enjoys the F1 simulation. But lately, him and his buddies have been playing Le Mans. Oh. And you know Le Mans, that's essentially like the big one you watch on TV. That's a 24-hour race where
the big
they
rally.
switch out, right?
Yeah.
The drivers. Kind of like 24-hour tremblant that we used to do back in the day when we would ski at all hours. Mm-hmm. Back when we were at Shome. So he did that the other day. It was a 4-hour drive, and it was him and 2 other drivers, and they would switch off. And at one point, he's just watching and chatting with them, and then he yells out to me, he's like, "I'm starting to drive now!" And I'm like, "Okay." And then he jumps off, and it's still going. But yeah, wow. 4 hours.
Well, that's half of the Desert Bus.
There you go. Should get them to do that one.
Yeah.
For shits and giggles. Imagine that in his simulator setup.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Okay, our last category. This is the creative side of the episode. Build the ultimate absurd simulator game. Each of us has to create their own wacky simulation game. You've got to have a job, a location, a special mechanic, animal companion of some sort, and a win condition. Now, we're obviously not going to hear Joelle, so hopefully we can get that from her next week, because I think she had a doozy. But Kat, what is your game?
Oh my God, I forgot this part of the document, I'll be honest. All right, let's just wing it. Let's just wing it. All right, you are a Okay. You are a crime scene investigator.
Okay.
CSI type shit.
All right.
But you are in a small town.
Okay.
So you don't get a lot of crime scenes.
Okay.
So your special mechanic is that you use your investigative powers to help the locals solve mini crimes.
Okay.
But maybe you start finding like an underground to your city maybe something happens. Maybe like the cat mail thing at night. You have special packages and there's a special backlog.
Oh.
So maybe the town is not that sleepy. And maybe they do need a crime scene investigator.
Oh.
Your animal companion is a gecko.
Not the Geico gecko, is it?
No, the one from the Pixar movie I watched.
Lizard.
The one that lizards.
Every time you solve a crime, lizard.
Yeah. And then your win condition is to solve the big mystery of the sleepy little town that you're in.
Nice. All right. The job in mine is you're a poker dealer.
Oh.
The location is a back room of a club. All right. Your special mechanic is that you serve treats and cigars. The animals are dogs. And the win is that the house wins, because this is essentially a simulation game of the painting poker game by Coolidge. So all your patrons are dogs.
That is genius. Holy shit. I love it.
For those of you who don't know that painting, go look it up. Some art history for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, what could you do? I need something absurd where you didn't expect the animals to kind of be part of it. But yeah, no, they're the patrons.
Amazing.
So you really truly can make a simulation game out of anything.
Including fine arts.
Yes. And with that, I think we're going to close out this here podcast. As always, check out the show notes at girlsongames.ca for links to all the games mentioned in this here episode. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast on the podcast platform where you're consuming it, that'd be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comments you leave help us build our show. If you're commenting on this one and want to give us some more weird and wacky simulation games to go check out, please do that. Kat, where can people find you on the social medias?
Yeah, you can see my little boat ride on the swan pedal boat. CSDBin, CSDSBINS on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. And I always hang out in the Girls on Games Discord, of course.
I am Leah Jewer on most social media platforms, but of course, you want to know everything there's to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games, no the in there, on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat, for joining me in this adventure in the weird and wacky. I feel like we have a few games now we need to go and try.
I've added 2 to my wish list on Steam.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, let's sort some books and get some kitties their mail.
Yeah, important things to do. All right, talk to y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.